What's due diligence? Why is it important? Why is it especially important now with the pandemic?
Due diligence is the verify part of trust and verify. So it's looking at all of the data to ensure that in business acquisition, making sure that the business is what it is presented to be. Meaning, when you start looking at companies, you get these confidential information memorandums, and there are these 10 to 30 page marketing, nice, clean write-ups of this beautiful business on a hill. And when a guy like me looks at it, it's not a beautiful business on a hill. It's a decent business in an industrial park, an hour from a major city. And so due diligence is checking the financials, the operations, the risks, the employees, and a significant list of things to be sure that the business not only will produce the cash flow from last year, but that under your guidance is likely to produce that cash flow next year. Why is it important? Because I can show you a graveyard of people who didn't do it, who are bankrupt. I mean, if you buy $1 million business on the promise it was $250,000 of cash flow, and you paid a 4 times multiple, and it actually was $175,000 worth of cash flow, you may be bankrupt. If you buy a business and the top salesman brings in 40%, and that top salesperson leaves, you're going to be in a world of hurt. And I think for people who don't do diligence full time, but are taking catastrophic risk in the size of the business they're acquiring, right? So if you got 50% of your capital on the table, you want to have a team playing defense or diligence for you that's able to protect half of your network, right? We're talking about big numbers here. And why is it particularly difficult now? Because it's the confluence of a couple of things. It's a COVID impacted market that's going to affect some companies up, down, and that may or may not be sustainable impact. You have technology and automation taking over the whole world. And so companies that have been around for hundreds of years as market leaders are toppling over. Who expected to see what happened to General Electric happen to them? How many other companies will have a difficult next 5 or 10 years that you would have never thought? And additionally, with more digital SaaS software companies and their high valuations coming into play, you have to really be thoughtful about, are you valuing this company as a old school software business, new school software business, traditional brick and mortar business? So again, I think for people, when you're placing big bets on things, you want to be informed. And so due diligence allows you to be an entrepreneur and say, I like this business, I like this seller, I like this industry. Now, Elliot, tell me if the numbers are solid and the operations are going to be sustainable, and help me understand that. We prevent people from buying bad businesses and help focus them on the acquisition of good businesses.